freshman standing 5'7" from Tarrytown, New York, number 0, Elissa Leung. At the guard position, a sophomore standing 5'3" out of East Brunswick, New Jersey, number 1, Castillo. At the guard position, a 5'8" freshman from Missouri, number 15, Kennedy Dury. At the forward position, a 5'11" senior from Queens, New York, number 3, Nia Chung. And at the guard position, a senior standing 5'4" from Queens, New York, number 11, Kimberly Liao. Ladies and gentlemen, the visiting Hunter College Hawks. And now, ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet, make some noise, and welcome the family, your Baruch College Bearcats. The head coach is Michael Cardozo. The assistant coaches are Elissa Leung, Anna Evangelist, and Kiana Clark. And now the starting lineup for your Baruch College Bearcats. At the forward position of freshman standing 5'8" from Brooklyn, New York, number 12, McRae. At the guard position, a sophomore standing 5'5" from Whitestone, Queens, number 2, Angela Bacanella. At the forward position, a 5'6" sophomore from Wayne, New Jersey, number 15, Paige Traynor. At the guard position, a 5'7" sophomore from Pleasant Valley, New York, number 23, team captain Mia Castillo. And at the guard position, a sophomore standing 4'11" from Brooklyn, New York, team captain Elissa Leung. Ladies and gentlemen, your Baruch College Bearcats.
And good evening, New York City, and welcome to the Arc Arena on the campus of Baruch College. It is the Battle of Lexington between the Hunter Hawks and your Baruch College Bearcats. Alongside Joe Stolzer, I'm David Just. Joe, great night here at the Arc Arena. These two met earlier in the season at Hunter on December 2nd. It was Baruch fell in overtime, so we're in store for a great matchup tonight.
Yeah, happy Thursday, David. Little chilly outside, but hopefully it's warm in here for the Bearcats. Bearcats right in the mix of things, David. And listen, Ohio State, Michigan, Yankees, Red Sox, rivalries.
I think Baruch and Hunter go right up there with the best of them. Joe, we were here on 2 nights ago, and Baruch put in a dominant performance against York College. What can they do again tonight to replicate that success?
Yeah, well, me and Castillo's got to get off to a fast start. Angela Baccarella inserted into the starting lineup, brings everything that you need to the table. They're in a good place, Baruch. This starting five for Coach K is right there, very productive, great body language.
And the press quick early on here for Hunter as it goes out of bounds, stays with Baruch, but something Baruch's going to have to break down early and often is the press from Hunter College.
Yeah, one thing, David, they can't go to the sideline because the sideline's going to cause more problems. They got to keep the ball in the middle and keep pushing it. Don't stop your dribble.
And Castillo able to get it into the front court. Cross-court pass to Leung. She's going to have to chase that one down, trying to save it. Nope. Goes out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Hunter Hawks. So an erratic first few possessions for both teams here at the Arc Arena.
Yeah, Baruch has got to give it to their quarterback, Leung.
So now it's Lau in the front court. Ball moved around the perimeter here to Castillo. Castillo had a big game last time out against the Bearcats. Back at Hunter, and it's going to be an off-ball foul here.
Now,
it's number 15, Kennedy Dury.
If Baruch moves their hands and their feet, they'll be okay. They'll get deflections. They'll get steals.
Baruch able to quickly get in the front court. Ooh, Baccarella almost loses it there. Able to get it to Castillo. Straight on shot from Traynor. Shot no good, a little short. And it's going to be Charles who comes away with the rebound for the Hawks.
Yeah, Baruch's got to get back.
And Charles able to go coast to coast and finish at the basket.
Yeah, she beat everybody
and able to get the steal there. Lackadaisical passing from the Baruch backcourt, and it'll be Lau who sets things up for the Hawks.
David, I think that emotion is settling into both teams, especially Baruch. They have to calm down. It's a big night.
And the Arc Arena crowd still filing in here, expecting a capacity crowd for the Hawks and Bearcats in this doubleheader between the women's and men's team. It's down in the final 3 seconds in the shot clock. Hunter's going to have to shoot. Charles straight on three, shot way short, and that'll be a shot clock violation. Nice defense there by the Bearcats.
All these possessions, Baruch has done their job defensively, but they got to get the ball down court now.
And another turnover there from the Bearcats. It's Dury, back door, can't finish, had an open layup. McRae trying to rip it down from, that was actually Chung. And it's going to be off McRae last, so it'll stay right there for the Hawks. But another turnover here in the early going for the Bearcats.
Yeah, they can't inbound. They're going to have to figure this out quickly because Hunter's not going to let up.
So Dury straight on shot against Traynor, off rim, left side, no good. Castillo fighting for the rebound. It'll be Chung who comes away with it. Up top to Dury on the near side wing. Traynor out on her. Crossover move. Over to Chung here on the near side. McRae picks her up. Now up top to Castillo.
Good defense by the Bearcats. Shot clock going down.
Castillo's shot doesn't hit anything. Nice save there by the Hawks, but it'll be Castillo who comes away with it and is going to quickly push. She has numbers if she wants. Traynor, nope, she'll take it herself and able to finish through some contact.
Well, again, we need Mia Castillo for the Lady Bearcats to get off to a good start. That usually propels the Lady Bearcats.
And we're all tied at 2, a little bit more than 2.5 gone here in the first. So Dury has it inside, trying to find the cutting. Charles back door. She gets hit as she goes up with it. Can't hit the shot, but she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
David, Hunter doesn't have a formidable post game as Baruch has faced this year.
Yeah, you're talking about Chung at 5'11", the tallest player on the floor for Hunter. We've kind of seen her already here in the early going, kind of that combo forward, stretch four type player. She'll want the ball in her hands and even she'll ask for it far away from the basket to create her own offense.
I think this is a good matchup for Baruch. They don't have that dominant front line that they have to worry about. If they play position, box out screen, they'll be okay rebounding. And if they stay in front of their opponent, they'll be okay.
Hunter come into this game a half game ahead of Baruch in the CUNYAC standings. So a tight matchup for potential playoff seeding with a few key games to go down the stretch. Leung has it now for the Bearcats underneath the basketball. Swung around the perimeter here. It's on the near side to Castillo. She's going to pull a three. Shot no good off front iron. It's going to be Chung who goes up for the rebound. Can't corral it, so it'll stay right here for the Bearcats.
Now, if you notice, game by game, McRae, her being so active, creates a lot of opportunities down low.
McRae having a solid season in her first as a Bearcat, averaging almost a double-double at a little over 9 points a game and over 11 rebounds per game as Leung's able to carve her way to the basket and score.
Now, if Leung gets off to a good start and Castillo, that's just going to bode well for the Lady Bearcats.
And Baruch off to a hot start tonight, just as they were a few nights ago against York. They're going to come away with it here. Castillo almost leaves it behind, has to pick it up. She's fighting with three others for the ball. She's on her back. The ball's still loose. It's going to be Castillo who comes away with it and pulls it back to Lau. Lau now to Dury. Dury's going to pull the three. Shot off the front rim, off the stanchion. No good, and it'll go back to the Bearcats.
Yeah, Castillo can't be in a rush. She's got to give the ball to Leung. Let her be the quarterback and let her, set things up.
Get up. Stay up.
So it'll be Baruch's ball to inbound. They're going to have to deal with this full court press, Joe, all night. We've seen at times during the season this, affect their game on the offensive end as Traynor was not able to establish position in bounds there. We've seen it on the early going here tonight, Joe. They really have to figure out this full court press.
Yeah, and it's really just kind of screening for each other and keep pushing. Don't stop your dribble.
And it's going to be Chung now. We've seen a few extra possessions. Ooh, nice find there to Charles underneath. Nope, they're going to say she took too many steps. Yep, dragged both pivots, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
David, Charles looks to be an active player. Baruch's going to have to really watch her because she's got an eye for the basket, and she's gotten there with it be no defense on her.
She's been all over the floor. here in the early going as Castillo is able to get it into the front court. Pulls up, gives it off to Leung. Leung's going to drive right into the lane. Kicks it outside, far side, Baccarella. Her shot rattles home.
The Italian Stallion inserted into the starting lineup, and if she knocks down shots, we got quite an attack.
And she gives you a presence on both ends of the floor, Joe, especially very strong defensively, and she's coming into her offensive game at the right time of the season.
A do-it-all player for Coach K.
I would say Joe favorite for sure.
Absolutely, yup. She's going to be on my favorite team at the end of the year, yup.
And Castillo able to answer with a 3 on the other end for the Hawks. Castillo averages close to 12 points per game on the season.
McRae just got into traffic there.
She brought the ball a little bit low there, Joe. As the shot there from Charles is no good. And it'll be Baruch who comes away with the board. And this is where Baruch really have to execute because we've seen him struggle with the full court press, but where they are able to be effective is in transition as Castillo is pulling a 3 on the near side. Leung able to corral the rebound, circles back, gives it up top to Traynor. Straight on 3 for Traynor. Too strong. And it'll be Lau who comes away with the rebound for Hunter.
Yeah, Traynor needs to get going. She's a rhythm shooter and a three-point specialist. But Castillo, if you notice, game by game now is looking for McRae as an option, and she's been successful.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of backdoor opportunities for them. It's really been Castillo and Leung both getting into the lane and creating options for the team like we did. We saw that a second ago when it was Leung to Baccarella on the far side.
Yeah, and if the opponent doesn't take it away, Castillo's going to keep going, and it worked last game.
Ooh, nice steal there by Charles. Can't finish, though. Gets her own rebound and able to put it back in. Baruch has to be turning over a little bit more than Coach Katrozos would like it here in the first 5 minutes.
I think, David, Castillo's playing with a lot of energy.
And Traynor knocks down a 3 near side wing, and that's a big shot there, and it gives Baruch the lead, 9-7 here, 4:30 remaining in the first. Charles going to drive against Baccarella. Good D there, but Charles able to corral her own rebound and get the finish, and we've seen that a couple times in the last 2 possessions for Charles. Misses her shot, able to clean up on the glass.
Well, Baccarella's a defensive stopper, and hopefully she can stop Charles because Charles right now is doing what she wants, and Baruch has to contest. Nobody else on Hunter is really stepping up.
Charles having a big game here in the early going. We're tied at 9, and it'll be Lau to walk things up into the front court. This is Lau's 3rd game here at the Arc Arena, 6th game in the rivalry between Baruch and Hunter.
Baccarella can't play too much off Charles.
And Lau going to pull a deep 3, shot off front rim, no good. And it'll be Leung to come away with it for the Bearcats. They'll push into the front court. Leung has it up top, inside to Castillo. Castillo inside to McRae. Nice move there, able to get Charles to blow by. And McRae able to finish off the glass.
Castillo to McRae, David. That's Patrick Mahomes to Kelsey. We see it every game.
It's the move when you need something. It seems to have been working a lot recently as Leung able to come away with that rebound. Nope, loses it on the rebound. I think she might have dribbled it off her foot, and it's going to go back to the Hawks as Katie Burke checks into the game for the first time tonight, and Kennedy Dury comes to the bench.
Also, Charles is coming to the bench. So, it's a timeout. Timeout.
So we'll step aside with 3:32 remaining. Baruch lead 11-9. And welcome back to the Arc Arena. It'll be Hawks ball. Burke has it up top. It's Burke, Charles, Lau, Castillo, and Chung on the floor for the Hawks. Baruch going with their same starting 5 as Lau takes it all the way underneath. Gives it up top to Castillo. Straight on 3. Shot off back rim. No good. Ooh, Chung source for the rebound, able to pull it down right into the lane and able to finish at the basket.
Well, again, that's not a good play because no one boxed her out, and she was able to do what she wanted.
And Baruch turn it over again. And it's 3 opportunities, 4 opportunities. Chung gets fouled finally, and that'll send her to the line. And this is coming right out of a timeout there, Joe. You got to be frustrated if you're Coach Catrozos.
Yeah, and again, I believe that this is just the emotion of tonight's event. Baruch is not focused in yet, and they need to just focus.
So Chung off on the first.
I think Baruch just has to settle down.
Chung only a 61% free throw shooter on the season. Coach Garrett frustrated on, seemed who the foul was on there, trying to get Mia Castillo into some foul trouble here in the early going.
Well, that would be a great thing.
McRae trying to force that through, can't get that to hit. And Castillo picks up that rebound. Outside to Leung on the far side, up top to Traynor. Traynor's got the open shot, she'll pull. She knocks it down, 3-pointer, Paige Traynor.
Well, Paige Traynor is your three-point specialist, but we need to get her in rhythm. And it looks like she is in rhythm.
That's her second of the evening. Burke now inside to Chung. Can't hit, a little too strong on the layup. And Castillo comes away with the rebound.
Baruch has got to bottle up that interior in the paint. Too much openings for Hunter.
Ooh, Leung had a look for 3 straight on, but now gives it off to Castillo. Straight on 3! Mia Castillo knocks it down from downtown.
Well, maybe Baruch has settled down a little. That little emotion that they had coming out, maybe they'll settle down.
And Joe, we spoke about it earlier. I think Baruch can attack the most in transition, and the last 2 threes happen to come off missed shots from Hunter, and Baruch able to not really have to worry about the full court press.
Yeah, don't let Hunter settle into their defense.
Castillo going to pull another 3. She knocks it down, Mia Castillo. And just like that, Coach Garrett wants to talk things over. 3 straight threes from the Bearcats. They lead 20-12. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. So both teams break the huddle.
Well, David, you know, Baruch needed a couple of minutes to get rid of some cobwebs, and I think they've done that.
Ball's in the hands of, it was Murray, now it's Dury. Murray just checking it to the Hawks. She has the ball in her hands now, working against Castillo. Murray right into the lane, able to finish off glass. Nice move there to get a step on Castillo.
Well, Murray made a good move because she was fading away, and she banked it in off the glass.
And Leung going past Chung. Right inside to McRae, who's able to finish on the weak side.
So Leung and Castillo, they know where to get the ball, and that's to McRae. Good pass, good catch.
And the Arc Arena making some noise here as Derry has it now for the Hawks. Baruch lead by 8, coming in on the final minute remaining here in the first.
Baruch has just got to move their hands and their feet. Don't let people get behind them.
As Chung answers with the 3 on the other end. It was McRae a little late to close down.
Well, Chung has done some work here in the first period for for Hunter.
Castillo 3 on the near side, no good. It'll be Baccarella, pokes out that rebound right into the hands of Castillo. Shot from the elbow is good, and Castillo really feeling it here in the first.
Well, credit Baccarella who ran that down, and that's what she brings to this team, whether off the bench or in the starting 5.
Castillo already in the double figures. 10 points, 3 rebounds, however, 7 first quarter turnovers, so she's going to have to address that, but a strong start for the Bearcats. Traynor knocks that one out of bounds. It's Cosio here on the near side wing. 10 seconds to shoot, 15 on the game clock.
Baruch has to keep people in front of them now.
Dury going into the lane, gives it outside to Chung here on the near side. She'll pull, a little too long. Castillo runs that one down. Burke on her, 5 seconds, make it 3. Castillo's going to have to do something, trying to get it over to Leung, and it's going to be the end of the first quarter, but a strong first quarter, Joe, specifically the last 3 to 4 minutes. Baruch lead 24-17. We'll step aside with the end of the first quarter. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. So it'll be Hunter's ball side out on the far side with Lau in the front court. Baruch took a nice 7-point lead into the end of the first. Joe, a lot of threes from the Bearcats towards the end of that first really helped them stretch out that lead.
Yeah, but Baruch, once they get in rhythm, they're okay. And they feed off each other. This starting 5 particularly feeds off each other. You could see it. We saw it last game. Right now, defensively, Baruch has got to really shut down Hunter, because Hunter got some kind of free baskets. I want to call them broken plays in the first quarter.
Wouldn't even say they even got into a play. It was more like just sloppiness from the Bearcats when it came to trying to break down the press.
Yeah, and Baruch knows better. At this point in the season, they know recipe for success, and that's just move. I keep saying it, move your hands and your feet.
And one there from number 14, just checking into the game, Aliyah Yode.
Well, that was like a hook shot. That was Kareem Jabbar on the baseline that she threw up.
The 5'6" freshman will go to the line for an opportunity at an old-school three-point play. And can't hit on the free throw, but it's Chung who comes away with the rebound over Grant, who just checked into the game. And a little 2-for-1 here for the Hawks.
Yeah, Chung has been very effective so far.
So now it's Leung who has it, takes the pick from McRae, working on Chung. Nice behind-the-back dribble from Leung. Shot up, no good. She gets fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2. And fancy dribbling from Elissa.
Elissa, very crafty player. Boy, she creates a shot 10 different ways. One of the most valuable players on this team.
And a captain in her sophomore season. She's off on the first.
Well, what's good about this team, this Baruch team, is they look to pick each other up. And that's really how this season is unfolding. Next man up.
And Leung able to knock down the second shoot. Impressive free throw shooter on the season. A little over 72% on averaging 11 points per game in her sophomore year. And that's the other thing too, Joe. You're talking about a team comprised of 7 sophomores and 2 freshmen. They still have 2 more years of playing together. As Castillo can't finish, gets her own rebound, but nope, they're going to say she did not reestablish position, so it'll go back to the Hawks.
Well, nowadays when players play AAU and a lot of outside ball, you grow up faster than years past, and you come into the college game a little bit more prepared than years past.
Right, so you're averaging Leung's averaging 11 in her points per game. Castillo's averaging a little over 20, both in their sophomore season. They're only going to get better and better as they continue to mature.
I think Coach K has an eye for the type of talent he wants, and he gets people who are really ready to step in. A lot of players, David, are not ready to step into the college game as freshmen. takes them to their sophomore, maybe junior year to mature.
Right, so we'll have 2 more years, and I think this team could be, they're building on something. They were, below 500 last year. They're at or above 500 this year, and continue to build and bring in pieces and then only get better.
Yeah, I think the future's bright. However you look, both men and women here at Baruch.
So a 3 there from the far side that was Charles who pulled it. A little bit of a mix-up underneath. It's going to be a foul on Castillo, so it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
Yeah, again, Baruch is okay. Nobody really in foul trouble. But, again, they don't want to get sloppy.
So it'll be Leung who brings it into the front court. Lau on her, takes the pick from McRae. Bounce pass on the near side to Traynor. Yode out on her. Leung's going to reset up. 15 seconds on the shot clock, and some sloppy passing here from the Bearcats. Baruch struggling to get anything going. Now it's Castillo on the far side wing, gives it inside to McRae, working on Lau. Oh, she looks like she went through some contact. Baccarella hits the deck alongside Lau, and it's going to go back to the Hawks.
Well, what happened there, David, is McRae didn't shoot it up. She shot it into the hand.
So it'll be Lau to walk things up into the front court. And, yeah, it's needs a little more arc from underneath the basket there, Joe.
I don't think she knew exactly where the defender was.
Or where she was maybe in relation to the basket.
But that's going to get better in time because, again, she's really come on if you really look at it game by game, McRae.
And it's going to be Lau to inbound all the way up top to Yode. Traynor out on her, trying to find the cutting Charles. Charles able to corral that tip pass. Charles inside, going to work against Baccarella. Shot no good, but that'll send Charles to the line to shoot 2.
Baruch can't let Charles get that deep because she's got good body control, and she wiggles her way to get a shot off. They have to take that position away from her.
Altamirano checking into the game. She had a strong game the first time around against the Hunter Hawks, seeing Coach Catrojo seeing if they get a little more magic off the bench.
Yeah, Altamirano is she's got a good mid-range shot, and she also, if you notice, she hustles. Baruch has got to be careful for Chung and Charles, who look to be very effective players for Hunter.
Yeah, they're having a good night so far. Charles and Chung, tied for the points lead on Hunter with 8 apiece. Now Leung bounces it off her knee. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Baruch have to get something going. Leung over to Castillo on the far side. That pass was tipped away from Charles. Right back to Leung, though, trying to get it back to McRae. And just a little late on the pass, so Lau's able to knock it out of bounds.
Baruch is going to have to screen more to get some people open. Nobody's really open. And Hunter's just standing there playing defense. So Baruch has got to create some spots so they can get open.
And now Leung comes off a pick there, a little off-ball screen from McRae. Behind the back dribble, gets herself in a dangerous possession. Castillo's going to have to shoot. Shot clock winding down, and Castillo's able to knock it down just inside the arc.
Yeah, the defender gave Castillo some room, and that allowed her to get that shot off.
And Charles had a wide-open 3 there, no good. And it's going to go back to the Bearcats. But Baruch not really getting set up in the defensive end. The ball was already down there.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Charles from the outside. I'm worried about when she gets down low. She's gone down low and caused problems for Baruch.
So now Leung walking it across the timeline. Lau picks her up. Over to Altamirano on the near side. Finds the cutting Castillo underneath. And an easy lay-in. Nice find there from Altamirano.
Now, if that happens again, Baruch will be fine. You got to have some cutters opening things up in that lane.
Yeah, that was like the first possession probably of the second quarter that seemed very much in line with what Baruch were doing in the first.
Right, where there was an opening and, Hunter didn't just set up a fence.
Nice finish there by Lau. Castillo all over her inside the paint. Now Castillo going to go past 2. Charles and Lau into the front court. Now outside to Traynor. Far side 3. Around and out. No good. And it'll be Charles who comes away with the rebound for Hunter. Quickly pushing it into the front court. Up ahead to Castillo. Castillo going to drive. Goes past Traynor. Mid-range shot. No good. McRae battling for that rebound. They're going to say it was a jump ball.
Nobody boxed Chung out on that play. You're going to have to box her out because she crashes the boards.
And Castillo will come to the bench as Murray checks back into the game. And the possession arrow pointing in Baruch's favor, so it'll be Bearcat basketball. Baruch to inbound, it'll be Leung who has it. And now you see Hunter kind of sagging off on that press just a bit as Lau picks up Leung in the front court.
So again, if there's some screens, Baruch will get open shots.
And a bit of a hesitation move there by Castillo on the far side. It's going to go out of bounds and back to the Hawks.
Yeah, Castillo sometimes plays in a hurry, and she gets ahead of herself. She's got to bring it down a little.
So it's Lau who has it in the front court over to Yode. Yode on the near side. Hits Chung cutting across the middle. Ball being moved quickly on the offensive end. And now Yode will slow things up. Now it hands to Charles on the far side wing. Up top to Murray.
Now
Murray handoff to Lau.
Baruch has to locate people.
And as you're saying that, Lau's able to knock down a far side three. And just like that, Baruch only lead by one.
Yeah, I was concerned about Hunter cutting into the lane on that play before the three.
And bounce pass on the near side to Altamirano. Altamirano over to Castillo. Her shot blocked. Might have been some contact. Either way, McRae able to get it. She's fouled as she goes up underneath and will go to the line to shoot two. The foul there is on number 14, Yode. And McRae goes 1 of 2 at the line. It'll be Lau to walk things up into the front court. Finds Charles here on the near side. McRae sags off. Charles going to shoot. Altamirano and Lau merge for the rebound, and it's going to go off Lau last, and it'll stay with the Bearcats.
Yeah, McRae gave Charles that shot, and you got to be careful because Charles, she starts making them.
Now Leung has it in the front court. Takes the pick from McRae left. Goes into the lane. Floater, trying to push that one through. Shot no good. Chung comes away with that one for the Hawks, and it'll be Lau to push it into the front court. Lau over to Charles on the far side. And Baruch giving her a little bit of space. I mean, maybe they'll live with that shot as now Charles able to go past Traynor. Kicks it outside to Lau. Mid-range jumper from the baseline. No good. Leung able to come away with the rebound. And we'll bring it into the front court. Make that up to Castillo. Back out to Castillo. Dangerous pass, and Charles was just a little overzealous there. And the foul, that's going to be her first.
Defensively, Baruch has got to stop the penetration of Hunter, which is something Hunter did in the first period and would probably want to look to do versus the outside shot.
Castillo to inbound into Leung. Leung getting the offense from Coach Catrozos. 4 minutes remaining here in the first half. Don't forget to stay tuned at 8 o'clock for the second game of this doubleheader between Hunter and Baruch, as it's Castillo the other way now, who just checked back into the game for the Hawks. Right into the lane. Shot blocked from behind. Castillo sending it against the padding, and it'll stay right there for the Hawks.
Well, that's it. They got to stop that penetration, and Castillo did just that.
So inbound to Murray up top here. McRae on her. Looking for options. Lau on the near side. Castillo picking her up. Lau going to drive into the lane. Going against two defenders. Wild, kind of like half hook shot is no good. And Leung's able to come away with the rebound. Castillo now on the far side.
Lau put up a shot that you would put up in horse.
Oh, Castillo, little step back three. No good. And it'll be the Hawks who come away with it. Lau into the front court. Castillo all over her. Takes the pick from Chung right. And it's going to be a bit of a contact foul there, and it'll be side out for the Hawks.
Yeah, Coach K can't be happy with a foul that far away from the basket. You can't get, foul trouble, which Castillo could, that far away from the basket.
And credit to the Hunter coaching staff. They've been working the refs a little bit, trying to make sure that they're aware of some of the contact that they think Baruch has been giving the Hawks, as Castillo able to come away with that steal. Crossover move. Thinks about the shot. Gives it over to Leung on the far side. Cross-court pass to Altamirano. Now Traynor up top to Castillo. Lau on her. Inside 3 minutes. Entry pass to to McRae, back outside to Altamirano. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Altamirano all the way underneath. Nope, they're going to say it was a double dribble, and it's going to go back to the Hawks.
On that possession, Baruch was looking for each other.
Some good ball movement side to side, just unable to create that open shot. As now Lau has it in the front court, takes the pick right from Chung. A couple handoffs here. Now Burke straight on three, wide open, and she's able to knock down.
Baruch has been quiet, and if she's a three-point shooter, Baruch has got to, identify her. That was wide open.
And a near side three from Traynor. Too strong. Burke on the rebound. Baruch trail by one. Now Murray has it. Has options for picks. Takes Chung, goes right. Now over to Lau. Burke again. Traynor a little slow to close out. Ooh, around and out. No good. Murray hits the deck. Looked like there was some contact there. I'm not sure how that wasn't a foul, as the three there by Castillo's no good. Burke gets the rebound. Her shot no good. Chung gets the rebound, gives it off as she's falling down, gives it back to Castillo. Crossover move. 13 on the shot clock for Hunter. Murray has it on the far side. Altamirano on her. Up top to Lau. Lau covered by Traynor. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Hunter have to move quickly. Gives it inside to Chung. Nice block there by Castillo.
Castillo saved the day with that block.
Castillo's been dominant here on the defensive end in the last few minutes, as Leung will slow things up. That's Castillo's fourth block of the first half. Castillo, nice spin move, gives it outside to Leung. Leung's going to pull a three off the glass and in, and that's going to get the crowd off their feet. Elissa Leung having a nice game. That's 9 points and 6 assists.
Wow.
Correction, make that 6.6 assists and 5 boards.
Did she kiss that off the glass?
And a steal there from Castillo. Oh, no, right back into the hands of Murray. Castillo's going to pull a three. Shot no good. Murray on the rebound. Castillo able to save it on the far side. Nice hustle play there. We're in the final 40 seconds here of the first half. Ball swung around the perimeter. Murray here on the near side. Up top, Castillo. Altamirano a little late to close down. McRae on the rebound. Leung has it. And in theory, there's a 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Baruch could hold for the final shot. And it's going to be an offensive foul. Call it a charge against Castillo as she got off the pass to McRae. Nice play there by Castillo. That's Castillo's second, and it's going to go back to Hunter.
Yeah, Baruch needed to hold it up for the last shot. No reason to rush there and come away with nothing. Plus a foul on Castillo.
So it'll be Lau to walk things up. Castillo, now Chung gonna drive, shot no good, and she was fouled. They're gonna say McRae was a little overzealous there, and that'll send Chung to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, McRae just instead of defending, she just rode along with Chung, and Chung had a clear path to the basket.
And Chung able to knock down the first. Park Arena filling up here for the Battle of Lex.
10, 10, 10. Hey, 2.
Chung off on the second. That gets the Baruch crowd amped up. Now Castillo here on the front court. Bounce pass to Traynor. Is able to finish as we go into the half. Baruch take a 35-32 lead into the locker room as the Bearcats able to stretch it back out just right before half. A couple of key possessions. We'll be back in about 15 minutes with second half action. You're watching the Battle of Lex here on YouTube channel Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. And welcome back to the Arc Arena. We're moments away from second half action between the Hunter Hawks and your Baruch College Bearcats. It is the Battle of Lexington here on the campus of Baruch College. If you're just joining us, Baruch took a 3-point lead into halftime. An up and down corner that was for the in the second there, Joe.
Yeah, Baruch has got 14 turnovers in the first half. They got to cut down on that, protect the ball, keep Hunter from penetrating.
And we're seeing Burke start for the Hawks here in the second half as the foul underneath as Charles was getting the ball on Baccarella. That's going to be her first, team's first.
Well, Burke is definitely a three-point threat. And Baruch has to contest three-point shots. But again, Chung was very active in the first half, getting to the basket. Charles was active, getting to the basket early on.
And now it's Charles with the ball here on the near side. Traynor all over her. Cross-court pass to Chung. McRae steps off. Charles cutting. And again, off foul underneath as Charles gets the entry pass. And it's going to be on Traynor. A lot of touch fouls now being called here early in the second half.
Well, I think you mentioned that the Hunter coaches were in the ear of the referees. That might, create some calls.
So now Lau on the far side, crossover move against Castillo, working in the paint. Gives it off to Castillo. Ball's loose. Castillo able to come away with it. Baruch have numbers. Leung. Oh, couldn't get it to go. Had to pump fake to get the defender out of the way. And now Hunter the other way with Lau inside to Burke. Burke going against Altamirano, who just chucked into the game for Baccarella. And Castillo can bring it into the front court.
Good defense by Altamirano. Just put up a hand.
And a three there by Traynor is good. She's able to knock down a near side three, and Baruch are on the board here in the second half.
Well, Baruch wants to get off to a good start here. Traynor, the three-point specialist, rhythm shooter.
And Burke now inside, trying to answer at the other end, does.
Well, there's that penetration by Hunter that Baruch is allowed. They have to take that away.
Castillo inside to McRae. McRae can't corral. Back outside to Castillo. They're going to say it was an off-ball foul. I'm not sure what. I think it was an off-ball foul on McRae after she passed it. And it's going to go back to the Hawks.
Well, I don't know how just standing there can cause you to get a foul call because McRae was standing among people.
Maybe they're saying she went out of bounds. I didn't have a chance to see the call there. Either way, it's going back to Hunter, and it's Burke on the near side. Castillo has it. Ball swung around the perimeter to Lau. Lau calling out the offense. Burke runs through. Castillo comes up. Lau goes through a little contact. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Lau hits the deck. Almost lost it. Has to get the ball up. Here's Castillo. Shot no good. Altamirano on the rebound. And Castillo could come up. Oh, full court pass up ahead to McRae. And that gets knocked. Oh, I think it got tipped by Chung. Went off McRae last. Then it'll go back to the Hawks. McRae had a little bit of space up ahead of the pack. But, I mean, Joe, I feel like you want to see Baruch really get some numbers and run in transition there. They've had their most success.
Well, they either have to run or they have to decide if they want to play, half court.
And now it's Charles up top into the lane looking for options. That's a double dribble. That was as blatant as a double dribble as you will see.
Well, credit Elissa Leung, who, was on top of her the whole time.
And Hunter want to talk things over, so with 7:40 remaining in the third, we'll step aside. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. So it'll be Baruch's basketball once again having to deal with this Hawk full court press. And it'll be Leung to walk things up.
Yeah, Leung, capable ball handler. No problem for her to bring it up. The crowd, David, performing the wave, the old school wave.
You got to love that, as Charles is going to come away with this rebound for the Hawks. Brought that one a bit above her shoulder. No call there, and Altamirano gets the rebound. Charles able to get the steal. Shot no good. Charles again. Still can't finish. Ball batted around. Chung eventually comes away with it. It's Burke, near side three. So too strong, no good, and McRae pulls down that rebound. Wild pass there to Castillo, but plenty of time for Castillo to corral.
Wow, Hunter relentless, but came away with nothing.
Now Leung into the lane, behind the back dribble, step back, handoff to McRae underneath. Shot no good, and Chung comes away with the rebound. Leung getting the crowd off their seats.
Leung with an incredible play to free her man and get the ball to McRae.
Now it's Lau here on the near side, Traynor on her. Up top to Burke. Burke goes to the far side wing, gives it off to Chung. Entry pass inside. Leung a little aggressive with the hand, so it'll go back to the Hawks. Excuse me, it'll stay with the Hawks.
Again, if Baruch moves their hands and feet, they will be successful defensively. They don't want to body up Hunter, get foul calls. These referees, David, are having quick whistles.
Yeah, it seems to change a little bit here in the second half, as Charles too strong on that shot. McRae comes away with the rebound. Charles locks it away from Leung. Leung having to deal with a few defenders here as Castillo finally gets it in the front court. Traynor thinks about the shot. She's going to pull. Oh, off right rim. No good. Traynor having a strong game here. She's already got 11 points on 3 of 7 from downtown.
But Baruch with very quick possessions. They're really not, settling into an offensive flow.
Luckily, their defense very strong, holding Hunter to only 26% from the field, 21% from downtown. Now it's Chung straight on three, and she's able to knock it down. And that'll quiet the crowd just a little bit here as Coach Katrozos wants to talk things over. He's frustrated with that defensive effort, so we'll step aside. 5:33 remaining here in the third. So Baruch break the huddle. The Hawks setting up in a full court press as Lau will pick up Leung. Leung into the front court. Lau backs off. Pick here left from McRae. Leung pulls back on the near side wing. Looking for McRae inside. She's trying to gain position. Ball swung around the perimeter. Now Castillo replaces Leung here on the near side wing. Takes the pick from McRae. Nope, instead goes left. Able to go right to the rim and finish off the glass.
Great move by Castillo. Little crossover, freed herself for a layup.
And Castillo almost loses it. Baccarella back into the game. Has to be careful here. Playing with 3 fouls. Charles has it up top. Leung on her. Charles moves that pivot foot just a second too early, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
I think Charles, if you let her, she'll create her own turnover. She's a little bit ahead of herself.
So Leung to walk things up into the front court for the Bearcats. Takes the pick from McRae. Gives it off to Baccarella on the far side. Castillo comes around a screen from Traynor. Castillo crossover move. McRae pick right. Now it's going to be Castillo going left. Up top to Leung. Straight on jumper. Shot off front rim. No good. Ball still loose on the deck. And it's going to be Leung who comes away with it for Baruch. Leung into the paint. She's fouled. And that's going to be side out. Oh, excuse me. They're actually going to call a travel. Sorry, I thought I thought the near side official called for a foul. The far side official called it a travel, so it'll go back to the Hawks.
Yeah, that could have gone either way. She stumbled, but she could have had contact.
So Lau has it on the near side. Castillo all over her, just hounding her, and it's up to Charles now. Charles over to Castillo. Castillo looking back door, instead gives the Chung straight on. McRae out on her. Chung jab step, puts it on the deck, gives it back out to Charles. Charles goes right into the chest of Leung. No call. Charles able to get her own rebound and finish.
Baruch has got to stop Charles. Charles just wants to go to the basket.
Get up, Kim. Get up, Kim.
So now Leung has it on the near side. Takes the pick from Traynor. Castillo picks up her dribble, gives it off to Traynor on the near side. Traynor has Burke on her. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Baruch have to work quickly. Castillo, step back shot. Nope. Gets poked away from her from Chung. A second remaining on the shot clock. Baruch are going to have to do something quick here off the inbound.
Yeah, Castillo's going to have to, if she wants to go to the basket, she's going to have to create her own shot.
And Leung can't get it to go. And it's going to be a shot clock violation against the Bearcats.
Baruch wasn't able to get a shot in that possession. Castillo, she's going to have to go if she wants to go.
So it'll be Lau in the front court, 3:20 remaining here in the third. Lau on the near side to Charles, inside to Burke. Burke looking for a cutter, looking for an option, gives it outside to Castillo. Castillo picked up by Baccarella. Jab step there from Lau inside to Burke. Burke back outside to Chung. Chung puts it on the deck, picks up her dribble, now to Lau. 3 seconds on the shot clock. It's going to have to shoot, and Lau able to finish at the basket, and Hunter retake the lead, 41-40.
Well, Hunter imposed themselves on Baruch, and Baruch didn't have an answer defensively.
See if they'll have an answer offensively, as Chung a little overzealous there, and it's going to be a foul there on Castillo. It'll be side out, as that's impressively only Hunter's first foul of the third.
Yeah, Castillo, a lot of dribbling, but she's going to have to make a move one way or another to try to get to the basket.
And now Leung has it on the Bearcat symbol at center court. Traynor pops out here on the near side, looking for options. Castillo at the free throw line. Castillo step back jumper on the near side. Elbow, and that hits nothing but the bottom of the net.
Well, Castillo, when she stops her dribble, she definitely gets herself in position like she did. And that was a productive possession by Baruch.
Castillo has 18 points, 7 rebounds. Shot no good there, straight on from Charles. McRae able to run that one down. She's got 3 people all over her. Doesn't call timeout, instead turns it over. Foul there. They're going to say it was too many steps. Nope, not a foul. Too many steps, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
Well, that was a lucky possession because Charles again got to the basket.
That's a tough spot for McRae to be in on that far side there. Almost either have to try to do the old school, like throw it off her out of bounds play or call timeout there, because I think she was one on either 3 or 4 there.
Yeah. So Castillo has to try and create her own shot.
Leung now near side 3, no good. McRae pulls down that rebound. Bounce pass out to Traynor. Trainor's going to quickly pull. Shot off back rim, no good, and it'll go off the stanchion, so it'll go back to Hunter.
Baruch has not been to the foul line, David. Baruch has got to try and get some trips to the foul line here to help themselves offensively.
Only 4 free throws for the Bearcats, 9 for the Hawks. The Hawks to inbound. Coach Garrett was just hit with his first warning of the game. Yapping in the refs here just a little too much now as Castillo comes away with that rebound off a missed shot from the Hawks. Castillo now trying to give it underneath to McRae and turns it over.
Castillo should have taken the shot herself. McRae was guarded.
And Castillo was so deep already into the basket. Charles dribbles it off her foot, able to run that one down. Lau has it on the near side wing. Up top to Castillo. Castillo going to drive past Baccarella. She's fouled, and that's going to be Baccarella's fourth.
Well, that's tough losing Baccarella.
That's her fourth, so she's gonna have to play the whole fifth, the whole fourth quarter with the 4 fouls. And she's been covering Castillo all night, who's the Hunter Hawks' leading scorer on the season.
Yeah, what Baccarella did is she rode her instead of getting in front of her, and that created the foul call.
And correction, she averages 12 a game, coming out their third leading scorer for the Hawks, as Castillo now has it on the far side wing. Castillo wasn't able to hit a free throw. Baruch lead by 1. 43 seconds remaining here in the third. Crossover move from Castillo. Outside to Traynor. Near side 3 from Traynor. Off back rim. No good. Charles comes away with the rebound. Steal from Castillo. No. Just off her hand, and it's going to go stay with the Hawks here. She wanted that one, almost crashing right here into the scorer's table.
Well, Baruch needs a stop here because Hunter, again, playing a wide open game, again, penetrating.
And Yode's shot's no good. Baruch can hold for the final shot. Castillo has to watch out for Chung behind her, and she'll bring it into the front court. 15 seconds remaining here in the ball game. In the third.
I hope they look for Castillo. Got to go now. Got to go.
5 seconds remaining. Leung over to Castillo. Castillo against Lau. Step back shot for Castillo. Off back rim, no good. And that'll do it for the end of the third quarter. At the end of 3, Baruch 42, Hunter 41. We'll be right back with fourth quarter action. You're watching the Battle of Lexington here on YouTube channel Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. So welcome back to the Arc Arena. It's fourth quarter action here in the first game of our doubleheader in the Battle of Lex. It's Baruch's ball. They lead by 1, and it'll be Leung to bring it into the front court with Lau.
David, Baruch has got to get to the foul line. They've only been there 4 times. They're making it harder on themselves. And there's Baruch, by the way, has 21 turnovers in this game. It's a little bit too much.
So it's Murray in the front court, near side Castillo. Castillo gives it off to Yode. Yode hands it off to Lau. Lau up top to Burke. Burke on the near side to Castillo. A lot of perimeter movement, but Hunter have to get something going. They're late in the shot clock. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Gives it off to Murray. Murray into the lane. Floater over Grant. Off glass and good. Good defense there by Baruch.
Baruch did all they could there. That was kind of a prayer. It went in.
Yeah, floated it high, and hopefully the kiss of the glass helped. Hunter retake the lead by 1. It's Leung now on the far side. She's going to pull up from the mid-range, and she knocks it down. And Baruch will take that lead right back.
Well, it's great that the leaders of Baruch are stepping up, and that was Leung. And hopefully there's more to come.
And Castillo, and it's going to be a backcourt violation as she couldn't corral the errant pass, and it'll go back to the Bearcats.
So Leung starting off a little spark, which carried over onto the defensive end. Turnover back to the Bearcats.
So Leung now has it here in the front court. Takes the pick from Grant, and Burke a little overzealous there, and it's going to be a side out. And that's already the second team foul here it was the first team foul against the Hawks.
Now Grant is in the post now for Baruch. She's a good player, and let's see if they try and go to her. And you also have McRae down low.
So Leung, crossover move, takes the pick from Grant, gives it inside in the paint. Grant's quickly doubled. Back outside to Leung. Leung's going to pull straight on. Shot no good. And it's going to go off Hunter last. Nope, they're going to say it went off McRae last. And it'll go back to the Hawks.
Good move by Grant that got the ball and gave it back to Leung. That's great when your post player looks to be a passer.
And Castillo into the game. And Charles and Chung back into the game for Hunter straight away.
Well, both teams going with their best at this point.
So Castillo now has it. Cross-court pass to Lau.
Baruch has got to stop penetration.
Burke into the lane, yep. Hand foul there by Altamirano. That's their team's first.
Yeah, Altamirano fouling a little bit too far away from too far out. Again, just move your hands and your feet. You don't have to body out.
Castillo covering Lau on the near side. Lau takes the pick from Burke. Going to pull the three and knocks it down over the outstretched hands of Mia Castillo. Baruch trail 46-44.
Well, that was a punch in the solar plexus by Hunter to Baruch.
Oh, nice find there by Castillo to find McRae. The foul there's on Charles as McRae went up with it, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Castillo just got it in, and a good catch by McRae in deep.
And McRae knocks down the first. Oh, rattles all the way around and out for the second as the pass up ahead to Castillo. Gives it back to Lau straight on. Castillo closes her down. Lau into the lane. Shot off right rim. No good. Ball batted around. It's going to be Charles who comes away with it. Lau hit the deck underneath, and it's Castillo up top covered by Traynor. Castillo puts it on the deck, gives it back to Charles here on the near side.
Again, Baruch has to stop penetration, keep him outside.
Now Lau has it. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Going to have to put up a wild shot. Off rim, no good. Castillo comes away with the rebound. And she'll be able to push it into the front court.
Good defense by the Bearcats, forcing an errant shot by Hunter.
3 minutes gone here in the fourth. Castillo going to drive right to the basket. Ball gets knocked away from her, so it'll stay with the Bearcats underneath. And with that, Coach Katrozos wants to talk things over with 6:56 remaining here in the ball game. 17 seconds on the shot clock. We'll step aside. You're watching Baruch basketball, the Battle of Lexington on YouTube channel Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. So it'll be Castillo to inbound. It'll be Bearcats basketball in the front court. Leung has it on the far side, comes to the near side, gives it to Castillo. Castillo working on Charles, over to Leung. Jab step. McRae trying to get position inside. Now it's back up top to Castillo. They got to shoot. 1 second left on the shot clock. Shot no good, and it'll be Murray who comes away with it for Hunter.
They needed to go to Castillo earlier in that possession.
Now Lau straight on three. Shot too strong, no good. Ooh, Murray able to deflect that rebound over the head of Leung. Back out to Lau, and Murray couldn't finish. Her shot was blocked, and it'll be Castillo into the front court. Chung all on her. Now it's Traynor straight on, gives it off to Leung.
Good defense by Traynor on that last defensive possession.
Oop, steal there from Charles. Leung loses it. Charles going to go coast to coast and able to lay it in.
Baruch has to keep their composure. Plenty of time left. You're at home. Your fans are here for you.
Castillo now, crossover move. Nice pick there by McRae. Back to Castillo at the free throw line. Jab step over to Altamirano on the far side, looking for options. McRae inside. Entry pass knocked away by Chung. Hunter trying to push. Castillo comes away with the steal. Leung runs it down, and now Castillo can walk it back into the front court. Nice hustle play there. Back checking for Mia Castillo.
Yeah, Castillo's got to do her work now. This is when your stars step up.
So Castillo has it on the far side. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Baruch got to get something going. Burke knocks it out of bounds. Nope, they're going to say it was a reach-in, and it'll stay right there with the Bearcats.
Yeah, Leung is the quarterback, has got to find her star player in Castillo. And Baruch's other players have to screen, try and get Castillo open.
So Baccarella into the game now for Altamirano. Baccarella working on 4 fouls. I assume she'll have the opportunity to play this one out. Castillo shot there, blocked by Charles. Charles having a monster game for Hunter. 12 points, 11 rebounds, and that's her third block. She also has 7 steals. So maybe on her way to a triple-double tonight as Murray gets into the lane against Leung. Shot no good, too short. Murray able to get her own rebound, though. And it's going to go back to the Bearcats as Murray couldn't find any teammates there.
Charles is very active. That creates a lot of opportunities for her because she's forever moving.
So Leung brings it into the front court for Baruch. We're inside the final 5 minutes. Leung calling out the offense here. Has Lau on her. Hand off to Castillo.
Castillo's got to go to the basket.
And Castillo gets fouled on her way to the basket. And it'll be side out. That's the fourth team foul, for Hunter, which is big for Baruch as they trail here by 3. Hunter's 1 foul away from putting Baruch into the bonus.
These are the games when your top players, really make things happen late. Or they have to make things happen late.
And Castillo has it on the far side wing. Charles out on her. Pick there from Traynor. Castillo deep 2. Shot no good. And it'll be Murray who comes away with it.
Big defensive possession here for Baruch. They have to stop.
And the free throw line jumper there by Charles. No good. And Leung is fouled there by Charles. And that's a tough call if you're Hunter, as Charles didn't even seem to be moving. And Leung just tried to turn the corner.
Yeah, some of these calls on both sides have been a little questionable, but you have to play on.
So an opportunity to chip away at this 3-point lead for Leung as she's off on the first. And Baruch need to hit some of these free throws because they've been scarce tonight, Joe.
Yeah.
So when they get the opportunity, they got to convert.
And that's what it is. It's a free throw. It's a gift.
This is only the 8th free throw on the night for the Bearcats. And Leung has an empty trip to the line. And now Loud brings it into the front court for Hunter. Takes the pick from Burke. Lau into the lane. Curls back. Finds the cutting Burke. Too many steps from Burke, and it's going to go back to Baruch.
Well, Baruch is making things easier by getting defensive stops. They have to capitalize on the offensive end.
She did walk because she got hit on the catch. That generally makes you move your feet.
Leung now into the front court. Handoff to Castillo. Murray out on her.
Castillo looking for a screen, and then she's going to go.
Takes the pick there from Traynor. Castillo needs to move it, though. Finds Leung in the lane, and she turns it over.
Well, she went into traffic. Nowhere to go for Leung.
So it'll be Lau to walk things up. Coming on the 3-minute mark here in the ball game. Baccarella on Lau. Lau calling for the pick. That'll be off ball for Chung. Chung gets it up top. McRae out on her. Now over to Castillo on the near side. Chung calling for it underneath. Murray going to drive left. Her shot no good, but she's going to be fouled on the way up.
Well, David, Murray presents a problem because as soon as she gets it, she goes. And if you're not in good defensive position, that's a foul.
And what's pretty impressive by the refs tonight, Joe, it's rare that you see a refereeing team being equally disliked by both coaching staffs.
Yeah, it looks like they're not going to get Christmas cards from the coaches next Christmas.
And Murray off on the first. Some of the noise here at the Arc Arena may be playing a part in some of these missed free throws.
Well, listen, Hunter has allowed Baruch many chances to cut into this 3-point lead.
And Murray knocks down the second. Leung will bring things up. Baruch trail by 4.
So Baruch needs a good shot. Good shot selection here the rest of the way.
Crossover move from Castillo. Castillo looking for options. Trying to get it to McRae underneath. She's fouled on the way up and will go to the line for Baruch's 9th and 10th free throw of the night.
Well, Castillo's your first option, and your second option is McRae. And Castillo's smart enough to know that. It's got it into her, so she'll get 2 here.
But McRae can hit. Baruch struggling from the free throw line. 3 of 9 now. And knocks down the second. So it's a 3-point game. And Lau will walk it up for the Hawks. Baccarella out on her at the 3-point line.
Baruch needing a stop here.
Murray cutting inside. Shot's good off back rim as McRae hits the deck.
Murray has had key buckets the whole night, David, for Hunter.
Castillo inside. Baccarella near side jumper. Shot no good off rim, and it'll be Chung who comes away with the rebound.
Well, that was a good shot by Baccarella. Wide open, short range.
And we're at the 2-minute mark here in the ball game. It's Lau who has it, takes the pick from Chung. Castillo has it up top. Baccarella on her. A couple picks coming. The one from the right from Chung is the one Castillo will take. And her shot way short. Nice closeout there by Baccarella. Now Castillo the other way. Castillo up top to Traynor. Over to Leung on the near side. She's open. Her shot no good off back rim. McRae comes away with the rebound, loses it. It's Baccarella. It's going to be a jump ball, and we'll see who it stays with. I think the possession arrow is going to go back to the Hawks.
Baruch has had a couple of wide open shots. They're just not falling.
And it's going to be a timeout for Coach Garrett with 1:35 remaining. Hunter have a 5-point lead. We'll step aside and we'll be back with more fourth quarter action. You're watching the Battle of Lexington on YouTube channel. Baruch Broadcasting So a minute 35, both teams break the huddle. It's Yode, Murray, Charles, Lau, and Chung for the Hawks. It's McRae, Castillo, Elissa Leung, and Traynor for the Bearcats. It'll be Hawks ball, and Baruch are setting up in the full court press.
Yeah, a steal would be great here.
Back row's got to be careful here. Now Murray into the front court. Near side corner to Yode, trying to get it underneath to Charles, and they're able to get to the basket.
Well, all that also worked a lot of clock, David. And so Baruch really needs a basket here.
And Castillo chucks a three. Baruch only have 4 points here in the fourth. That's the difference in the game right now.
Well, they were not in sync offensively.
So it's going to be Hawks ball side out. Minute and 9 remaining here in the ball game. Lau has it for the Hawks.
That last basket was tough. It extended it to a 7-point lead.
And it's going to be Castillo just a little aggressive there on the defensive end. That's her fourth. So Baccarella and Castillo will play the game with 4. Lau now has it on the center circle. We're in the final minute of action here in the first game of our doubleheader. It is the Battle of Lex between Hunter and Baruch. Charles into the lane. Step back shot, no good. Baccarella runs that one down into the hands of Castillo. Baruch need a quick basket. 45 seconds remaining. Castillo right into the lane. She's fouled on the way up and will go to the line to shoot 2 with 41.6.
Yeah, Castillo needed to do more of that. Just take it to the basket herself and, of course, try and get an old-fashioned three-point play.
And Castillo knocks down the first.
This is not an impossibility, David. If Castillo hits that, which she did not, 40 seconds is a lot of time.
So 40 seconds remaining. Coach Garrett wants to talk things over. His team lead by 6.
Baruch 2 threes away from tying this game, but they do have fouls to give, stopping the clock.
Smart play there, as you could be a little bit aggressive as you have the half-court line to be your friend there. That's what Leung did there on the inbound to Lau.
Well, in a perfect world, Baruch would love a steal now.
39.8 remaining here at the Arc Arena. Charles gets inside. She's quickly fouled by McRae. And that's going to be her fifth. That's going to be the team's fifth, excuse me. McRae's third. And that'll send Charles to the line to shoot 2.
Well, it only took 2 seconds off the clock. So, again, the clock, Baruch has got a lot of time left.
Charles only a 65% free throw shooter.
Now, if Charles misses, Baruch has to go.
Charles off on the first. And knocks down the second. And it's going to be a 30-second timeout for Coach Catrozos. We'll be right back with more fourth quarter action. So both teams break the huddle. Traynor to inbound for the Bearcats. Baruch have to move quick, though. Under 40 seconds remaining here in the ball game.
Yeah, they need a quick basket.
Crossover move there. Castillo, high arcing three, no good. Long rebound over to Traynor now. She'll pull a three. Shot no good. Long rebound into the hands of Lau. And Baruch have to trap. Castillo almost gets the steal. Charles keeps it in bound up ahead. Traynor comes away with the steal. She's going to have to move it up to Castillo. 12 seconds remaining here in the ball game. Over to Leung on the near side. They're going to have to shoot, and it's going to be a travel against Leung. And honestly, Baruch probably taking a little bit too much time there. Only 7.5 remaining.
That last possession, they needed a three when the clock was still in their favor.
And it's going to be a timeout for Coach Garrett with 7.7 remaining. And we'll step aside. You're watching the Battle of Lex on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. So it'll be Hunter to inbound coming off the timeout. And Lau quickly tied up there by Leung. She's fouled with 6.4 remaining.
David, the tale of this game is Hunter just made a couple of more plays that, created this lead for them. Baruch was kind of out of sync when it counted.
And Lau knocks down the second, so it's a 9-point lead. And that might just do it here with 6 seconds left. It's Castillo in the front court. She'll pull a three, shot no good, and that will do it. Your final score, Hunter 56, Baruch 47, and Hunter going to take the season series from the Bearcats.
Yeah, tough game. Baruch had spurts where they were on their game, and then they kind of got off it. But you know what, David? Short memory. It hurts. But you know what? We got another game, and Baruch is still a formidable foe to take this whole CUNY championship.
That's right. Don't forget to tune into the men's game at 8 o'clock. Once again, your final scores 56-47. We'll step aside and be back with men's action at 8. You're watching the Battle of Lexington on YouTube channel Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.